AFK discussions starts NOW.
Yo!
Sorry, I cut it back so short. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Hey guys. So guys, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. Welcome to another edition of AFK Discussions. I was out, Phil was out, everybody's been out. So, and this is Tacky. That's not his name, but I'm going to call him Tacky. Hey guys, check out fattack.com. Okay. Check out fattack.com for all your tactical needs, big or small. They have you covered from head to toe. That's right. They have shoes too. Check it out. Let's just get right into it. Also, I'm going to say this first. Follow us on all social media platforms. Let's get into it. Man, the past couple of weeks have been super crazy. I know they've been crazy for you, and just coming back from vacation, it was insane for me. This past day was intense.
Yeah, you were saying off air that like you got back at 1 a.m. yesterday.
Yes.
So what happened?
So we pulled in the driveway, everything seems normal. We go in and the house is like 85 degrees because our AC stopped working at some point when we were on vacation. Gosh, dude, it was miserable trying to sleep last night. It was so hot.
Well, especially think about it. You're getting home at 1 a.m. You don't have any time to like put any fans. Well, you probably open some windows maybe.
Well, we couldn't because we have cats. We don't want them to escape.
Oh, you don't have screens?
We have some screens, but yeah, I'm just afraid the cats are gonna like figure out how to get out, We did have fans and stuff. We have ceiling fans and then a couple standalone fans, like box fans, I guess you would call them. But yeah, it was miserable. I was out running around the house like at 1 a.m. with my flashlight trying to figure out. Actually, it was around 2 a.m. because we got home at 1. Yeah, so we drove 14 hours from Miami and get home to a really ridiculously hot house. It was hot the whole time we were gone. Like the ship we're on a cruise. The ship was not great at all. So we get home to this. And I'm literally, 2 a.m, got my flashlight running around the yard because we have like an inside unit and then an outside unit for the AC condenser and stuff. Some AC units are all in one capsulated unit outside, where ours is kind of like a 2-piece kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So running back and forth trying to figure out what's going on. And I figure out that if I hit the outside unit, I can hear like a hum sound, like it's trying to start. And so I took a stick off a tree, I like broke it, and I turned the fan, and it would start going if I, forced it to, but it wouldn't stay; it would stop. So I, used a handy dandy Mr. Google, and so Google said, "Hey, it's your what's it called? I can't think of what it's called. It's like this thing that controls the
fan or something.
The fan. It's like the fan motor. It's like I've looked it up 1,000 times, so it's in my search, my history. Anyways, so no one had any in stock, right? Like you can't really buy them because they're for like HVAC professionals or whatever,
Sure.
What's it called? I want to say compensator. It's not a compensator.
Did you just say it earlier? Condensator or something?
No, it's not a condensator. It's something like that. It is. Someone's out there probably is like saying it right now. It's a capacitor.
Oh, okay. Like a flux capacitor.
Yeah, like a flux capacitor. Yeah. But it wasn't fluxing or capacity.
Yeah, it wasn't doing anything.
It wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So it was like, you had to order it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going out of town Tuesday for work, and I didn't want my family to be here in the hot house, and I was like, I got to figure out something. So found out that Ace Hardware. Shout out to Ace Hardware. I don't know if you have those up north.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Ace
do? Okay,
is a
cool.
place where something.
Something smiling face.
Something like that.
Help for hardware, man. Something I don't
Ace
know.
is a place where
With the help for hardware, man.
Folks,
yeah, something like that. So hey, we're looking for sponsors. Ace Hardware, come on, you're missing your opportunity here. Anyways, Ace Hardware had all of them, all different kinds. They had the one I needed. I went and got it at 9:00 this morning. Put it in, and I have cold air again. And then right before we came on air, my wife texted me, is like, the sump pump is doing something weird, because we have a basement with a bee dry system, which keeps the water out, and if it floods or whatever,
it pumps it out.
Yeah, it pumps it out, so that we can have a living space in our basement. And she said it's making a weird noise. So I'm like, great. Now what? So I don't know. I had to run downstairs. But I think it was the dehumidifier, not the pump, because we have a humidifier that's over top of the sump pump, and it sucks the moisture out of the air, and it puts it down, so the pump pumps it out. But yeah, so that is wonderful. And so the cruise, what was so wonderful about it, the food was not great. The people were worse. And there's a couple fights on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, it was was
there a mutiny?
No mutiny. Just we were in the pool, and there's a lady and Guy Fieri. He's got a burger place on there.
Sure.
Guy's Burger Joint or whatever. There's just two ladies fighting in the line, punching each other.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah. So we went on Carnival, and a lot of people call it the Walmart of cruises, right? Well, we went during COVID, right after the restrictions were lifted, and the ship wasn't at full capacity. Obviously, that's when they were limiting capacity. We had an awesome time. It was super good. So we went on Royal Caribbean last year, and it was great. It was a really good ship. We were like, man, I think we had more fun on Carnival, not realizing that if we booked Carnival again, it's going to be full capacity and just chaos everywhere. Literally. I mean, kids running crazy, cussing, and just people drunk everywhere. All the girls wearing G-strings, and I'm my kids and covering their eyes, and gosh, it was ridiculous, dude.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, that sounds dreadful. That sounds absolutely dreadful. And this is why I probably don't want to go on a cruise. For me, it's probably the seasickness that would get me the most. I don't know. I don't do good on the sea. But yeah, I don't know, because my mom's been wanting to go on a cruise, and I'm like, now that you say all these things, I'm like, now I don't want to go on a cruise.
Just don't go on Carnival. Royal Caribbean was great. Don't get me wrong. It was wonderful. My wife's actually looking at booking a Royal Caribbean cruise now for next year. It's the cheapest vacation you can get, because everything's all included,
Yeah.
And we had a great time when we were off the ship. We went to a few islands. We went to the Dominican Republic, which was awesome. We went to this little chocolate factory.
Okay.
And we got to make chocolate we got to plant cocoa beans, and we got to harvest them and grind them and make chocolate powder, and the whole process of making chocolate organically. It was awesome. It was old school too. They had a stove outside made of bricks, and we're cooking the cocoa beans over the stove, and it was really cool.
I love it. No, that is cool. That's awesome. What was your favorite island?
Probably Dominican Republic. It was really good. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You didn't see any oh wait, no, wait. Where is the place with the cannibals? Is that Haiti?
Haiti. Yeah. We were
the other
Dominican
side.
Republic is, they're on the same island.
Oh yeah. It's that's what I said, the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't we didn't go to the cannibal island.
Yeah, it's funny. It's not funny, but I was watching, just randomly scrolling through TikTok or something, and I just happened upon this video, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, oh, these two guys are fighting. Then all of a sudden, it seemed like they're wielding machetes, and the one guy cuts off the other guy's hand.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it was Dominican Republic, and I was like, oh,
that wasn't Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god. But my buddy Todd, shout out to Todd, who will never listen to this, but he works for oh no, what is it called? I don't youth. Oh no, it's not it. I can't remember now. I feel terrible. But it's a Christian organization, and where they used to do a lot of work in Haiti, but now that Haiti's like really
Chaos.
bad, they haven't been back to Haiti in a long time, but they're doing a lot of work in the DR, feeding people, giving people food, a lot of like humanitarian work there. And I will try to look that up. But shout out to him because he does a lot of work out there, and he works out there a lot, and they go to the DR all the time.
Cool.
Yeah, they actually have like a little like campus out there and stuff that they look at church and stuff, church plant and that sort of stuff. They feed people, and yeah, they do a lot of good work. And so, once I remember it, I will mention it again.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, we had fun. I asked on the way back, asked my wife what her favorite part of the trip was. She said getting off the ship. Yeah.
So that begs the question: will you guys go on another cruise? Yes or no?
Yes, we will.
Really?
Just not Carnival ever again.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the Royal Caribbean was fun. It was great. And I mean, they have two very small pools on the ship, and everyone's packed into. Oh, I didn't tell you to top it off. Oh my gosh! So
did someone poop in the pool?
Yeah, someone pooped in the pool, but not on the ship. This was off. There was a Margaritaville that was part of on one of the islands. We went there, and you can swim in the pool and stuff. But anyway, someone pooped in that pool. This is the topper, right? This is the kicker. So my daughter started coughing in the car on the way home. We get home today, and my wife looks on the group chat for the cruise ship we're on, and everyone's like testing positive for COVID. So we gave my daughter a test, and she has COVID.
Nice.
Great. That's the topper of the cake over there.
Nice.
Great vacation, guys. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I never want to go on a cruise. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
That sounds dreadful.
Yeah, it was crazy. I tried to I was going to get in touch with gosh, why can't I think of her name? She Haunts on Instagram.
Gina.
Yeah, I did message her, but she was unfortunately out of town. I think she's in the UK right now. I was like, we're going to be down in Miami, and I'll have like one day, because we broke the trip up into 2 days on the way down. We stayed, so we wouldn't get worn out on the way down. And so we stayed in Fort Lauderdale, which I think is where she's from. And I was like, hey, I'm going to be in town if you guys want to take me ghost hunting or whatever. But she was out of town, so
there you go. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's always next time if you guys ever go down there again.
Yeah, we're probably not going to go out of Miami again. That was, just too far of a drive. And my daughter's scared to death of heights, so we probably won't fly with her. So yeah, but yeah, it was, like I said, it was fun. We had a good time. With all the stuff going on, we still got some quality family time together. They have like a sit down dinner every night you have to dress up for. That's always fun. We get to eat and just talk, and brought a deck of cards, and we went and like sat in the lobby, and we played rummy together as a family. That was fun. So we had some fun times. But
yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. It's all about looking at the bright side. So it sounds like you guys, even though it was an eventful, it'll be memorable. 5 years from now, you guys will look back at this and laugh about all those things that happen, rather than be like upset about them. It's funny how that works over time. It'll be more like comical than anything. So
someone actually posted the fight on TikTok, so I may share that to our
nice
our Instagram page.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. I love it.
Yeah, but oh man, so I know things have been crazy. I didn't get a chance to listen to last week's episode just because all the craziness. I was planning on listening to it today, but I caught up with Phill. He was filling me. Phill was filling me in.
Say that 5 times fast.
But yeah, so it was. I know it's been, dude. It's crazy. All the. So I'm going to ask because I didn't ask before, or maybe I did. So do you think that all this stuff is, I think, well, we did briefly touch on it, like the Huckamuck Swamp. Do you think it's having ill effects on like everything? Do you think that's possibly a symptom of everything?
Yeah, it's so hard to like pinpoint exactly like where it came from. Like what I was saying to you off air, like, I mean, I think it's more than a coincidence that I was going there every single day.
Yeah.
And then I have a mental break during that time. And so, like, then I was also saying to you, the trigger that happened to me that caused all this happened when I was at home.
Yeah.
But before that moment, even the week before, I had a couple thoughts about, that past trauma 8 years ago, which I thought was very random. And I'm like, why am I having this like random thought from like trauma from 8 years ago? This is kind of strange. And why am I feeling anxious about this? And then a couple days later, then that event happens, and then boom, all those like emotions, that fear, that anxiety, crippling fear, anxiety, tension in my chest. Another part of it, I don't think I mentioned this. Like when I have high anxiety like that, like I can barely eat. I probably lost at least like 10 pounds or something like that. You know what I mean? During these last couple weeks, just because I had a hard time like swallowing food and like eating and that sort of thing. So yeah, to answer your question, it could be. I just felt that the Lord was telling me to stop investigating. So that's why I made the decision to stop investigating, because I knew something was wrong with me and something wasn't right. Just because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It was weird because no matter how many times I tried to tell myself, this is not real, with these emotions you're feeling is not from you. It just, I couldn't get out of it, and I couldn't, couldn't like shake it, because I mean, I had many conversations with Nicole, and Nicole's like, you're fine. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're not, you're not in trouble. You're not, but it's just when that fear that doesn't come from you is attacking you. And I'll say this because I kept on, I hate to say this, but
don't say it then, dude.
No, it more so because it just sounds like I'm crazy. But when you're going through these moments, you hear things, and things are saying things to you that are not from you. And when you hear Legion, and you hear stuff like that, and Let Us In, and crazy things like that, it's definitely more than me being anxious, or like a depression episode. Or I mean, this was something that was like I said, top 5 mental health moments. Like I said, I think I said this last week. If it wasn't for Jesus helping me get through this, I would be in McLean, which is a mental institution, because that's how far I was down. You know what I mean? It was just crippling. So the Lord's the only thing that really got me through this, and with the help of my family, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it just really changed my whole perspective. But like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I think I did, but I think all of this is going to be turned around for good in my life. At least that's what the Lord always does to his children. And so the Lord obviously wanted me to stop. Now, whether he wants me to stop for good or not, I don't know. But he told me to stop for probably. Lord obviously wanted me to stop. That was weird. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
I turned on YouTube so I could see like who's
I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, so so that's like, I think he's going to turn this around for good. I think he wanted me to stop because obviously if I would have kept on, I can't even imagine if I kept on going. It's still the 28th right now.
Yeah.
I would still have like 3 more days. There's no way I would have made it through. There's no way. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, glory to God for getting me through this, because it was intense, which is why I'm very reluctant to go back to ghost hunting or paranormal stuff until the Lord tells me I can do that, or I hear from the Lord and he tells me what he wants me to do, whether that's ghost hunting or not. that's pretty much where I'm at as far as like the future of exploring with Phill. At this point, after going through what I went through, I just want to do what the Lord wants me to do. So whatever that is, I will do. And so that's like where I'm at, because I'm telling you, I would not wish that on my worst enemy, what I had to go through. No way. That's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy what I went through. So, yeah, man, glory to God. Thank you, Jesus. And that's why I'm like very reluctant to like go back to it at all. Just because I'm like, dude, that was not something I want to go through again.
Yeah. So I gotta say one thing that, you know, I've always heard, and I've actually experienced it some too. Whenever you're doing something that, you know, you've been ordained to do, because I know you, you know, go to church, you play in the worship band. The closer you get to God, the stronger the attacks from the other side, from the devil, from Satan, whoever, the demons, Nephilim, who, whatever, the stronger they get, because you're getting closer to that breakthrough, to being close to God, you know, and closer to your calling. So they're trying to keep you away from it any way they can. And that just seems like, you know, something that, I mean, you were, you know, like something you're pursuing, and they're like, no, you know, no, we got you, Phill. This is, and you're like, nope, you know, I'm backing away. You know, it seems like, you know, what was going on, you know, because you said, you know, like all the good stuff that happened, you told me about.
Yeah.
After you reached out for help, and then, you know, broke all these chains that were kind of binding you, and now you're like free from it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, absolutely. Yeah, I kept on getting this visualization of like a twig or something with rope being like wrapped around it, and like that's how I felt. I felt like I was like imprisoned, or do you know what I mean? Basically tortured, and I kept on seeing that. So yeah, dude, and the Lord definitely delivered me from some stuff for sure that was attached to me, oppressing me, you know, whatever you want to call it. Definitely you know, in the Bible it says like familiar spirits or whatever, disembodied spirits, evil spirits, obviously, demonic in nature. But yeah, dude, crazy. So yeah, yeah, dude, I'm doing much better now, though. Much better. You know, this past week was a lot better. And it's just been getting better and better every single day. Like all those voices I was hearing, like, are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, or not at all. Which is great. You know, this past week is probably the most normal I felt. Even last week when I was on air, I think I said I wasn't feeling normal yet. So I'm definitely feeling a lot normal. Like today and yesterday was probably the most normal. Like today was probably the most normal I felt. Like I'm not 100%. Sometimes when I wake up, I get a little anxiety. But I have my methods of like dealing with that now. And I think that's part of it too, is the Lord's like showing me how to protect myself. And because all through this whole process, I've gotten closer to the Lord and Jesus and all that through this, you know, and you know, and I want to have a deeper relationship with the Lord and all that stuff, and I want to know more about him, you know, and do what he wants me to do. And you know, it may be ghost hunting or some form of it or whatever, but I don't know, you know what I mean? And I don't put it this way, I don't want to do anything out of the Lord's will, because
definitely.
you know what I mean, because that's just not a good place to be either. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I've been in the Word, doing a lot of like research about ghosts and spirits, and you know, what's going on with all that stuff. So I'll probably have a presentation, or we could probably do that in a few weeks or a couple months or whatever, however long it takes me to finish all that stuff up.
Yeah, because it's
it's deep.
It's so deep, because, you know, it's one of the things, you know, they talk about spirits in the Bible. I mean, they don't like, ghosts aren't real. They never say that, you know. I mean, like we said, I think on past episodes, disciples were afraid. They thought Jesus was a spirit at one time. You know, they were scared. So I mean, it's real. You know, I know there's a lot of theories out there. I think Joel has a theory about, you know, these disembodied spirits of the Nephilim that kind of roam. They're not demonic, but they're like spirits, and I don't know, but there's something to it. But also I think there is that other side that is, maybe time bleeding over or something else.
Sure.
That is different, like someone seeing you in the future and you're seeing somebody from the past, or something like that. It's weird
Echoes
that
from the past.
that can't be explained.
Yeah, I think it's
they're
a
just
combination of those things for sure.
Yeah. But like any kind of like spirits, like if you go to like a psychic or something like that, and they're trying to contact a dead loved one or something like that, I think it's 100% on the no list. Like you're not supposed to do that.
That's very clear in the Bible. That's for sure. It mentions mediums by name.
Yeah, mediums, necromancers, all that stuff.
Fortune tellers.
Yeah.
Divination. I can't say the word.
Divination.
Yes. Yep. There's like a list of a bunch of them. I wrote every single one. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm going back to like the Geneva Bible. I'm going back to King James, like the original text. Well, as far back as I can go. Because like as the translations go on, it like really does change a lot. A lot of those words and stuff.
Joel, I was going to tell you, Joel uses a Bible called is it the Berean Bible, I think? And he said it's really good. It's like because it goes way back, like more like direct translation. So check that out too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I have to check that out because I was looking at Geneva because the Geneva one came out around the same time as the King James, and there's even some differences in there between the two. So yeah, I was looking at both of those versions just to see what the differences, what they said in Deuteronomy 18. I can't remember the exact verse, but the one where it has all that stuff in there, and even between the King James and the Geneva, there's a couple differences between there. There's a few things that aren't in one or in the other. I mean, there's mentions of like sacrificing your children or making them walk through fire. There's even stuff in there about what is it called? Oh man, I just went blank. Man, I forget. But yeah, there's a lot in there. There's definitely a lot in there for sure. And each version has a little different twist as far as like those things. And I wish I had my notebook because I had all that stuff written down. But yeah.
Yeah, man, it's such a heavy topic. I mean, I think it's kind of all encompassing the supernatural. It seems like the UFO phenomenon, like the ghost, the Dogman, the Bigfoot. I think all of it is somehow incorporated with this phenomenon, like whether it be spiritual, interdimensional, which are like like Nephilims, or like the I don't know, the like UFO, like demonic UFO phenomenon that L.A. Marzulli talks about. Dude, we need to get L.A. Marzulli on here. I've talked to Tony, and Tony's like, dude, he'll definitely come on your show. But he would be someone awesome to talk to because he's just a wealth of knowledge. And I mean, you could probably ask him some of these questions that you have, and he would. Do you know L.A. Marzulli? Do you know who he is?
I don't know anybody.
Okay, look up L.A. Marzulli. He is like on the forefront of like the Nephilim stuff. He goes and like he's written like a few books on the Nephilim. He's also got documentary series called On the Trail of the Nephilim. But he also does stuff about alien abductions, like spirits, all kinds of stuff. He was, I don't know if he's a pastor. I know he used to be a worship leader, but like he goes to a lot of churches and speaks and stuff, but he is incredible. But that's someone we need to get on here. And I mean, I would love to, just find out what he thinks about all this. Cause I've never really talked to anyone about it. Like I haven't even gone to my pastor and like, hey, what do you think about ghosts? So I really would like to talk to somebody about that,
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that would be definitely interesting. We're always looking for guests for sure. So yeah, I think that would be good. We got a couple comments here I wanted to bring up. Lori, sorry. Phill and Jason. Phill, you do appear to feel lighter and not burdened. It's good to see. Thank you so much. Yeah, I am doing a lot better. Glory to God. We got Scorp in here, giving a wave. What up, Scorp? And I got to give a shout out to Laura, of course. She's always in there.
Yeah, the ghosts were definitely mad at me for leaving.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is what I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
So I found it extremely fascinating because I posted, I did the video, God, like 3 Fridays ago saying I was taking a mental health break.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the episode last week, which I posted on my personal Facebook page. And it's just amazing to me how many people don't pay attention to like what I do because no one it's going to sound really sad, but no one reached out to me or said anything to me about it on Facebook as far as like regular people in my life or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's very comforting." Not that I'm upset about it. Like I said, I'm laughing because I think it's funny. But so for those people who did reach out, and Jason's awesome. Laura, a bunch of different people reached out to me, messaged me, see how I was doing. Jen, Mondo, 305 Paranormal, they messaged me a few times, seeing how I was doing. So shout out to all you people that pay attention and reached out to me and saw it and all that stuff. Because I was like, man, I was like, oh man, like no one, I can't believe that, especially when I titled it mental health.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess I could have titled it, update on Phil's mental health or whatever, and they probably would have. But I just thought it was funny. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So, my friend Brad, who's been on the show like a long time ago, he's an author, lives in LA. He has a podcast that he started, I guess, about a year ago, and I just want to give him a shout out because he's been through some mental health issues too. And I had been talking to him about going on his show, but maybe we should do like a crossover show because he and the other guy that's on his show, the co-host, they've been through a lot. But I'm gonna cuss. I never cuss, but the name of his show is called Batshit.
Nice.
Like batshit crazy.
Yeah, like guano crazy.
Yeah, but it's really. It's helped a lot of people, and I just want to give a shout out to Brad for what he does because I know he's made an impact on a lot of people, and I need to get him back on here. But yeah, check out that show if you guys have mental health issues. They take their time to like address each situation, like each different mental health issue, and break it down and talk about it. So it's a really cool show. So check it out. Anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out.
No, absolutely. And if anyone out there is struggling with your mental health or you feel like you're under attack or whatever, please reach out to people around you to get help. Please, if you need to, you can message me. I will message you back. I'll pray for you. I'll do whatever you guys need. If anyone's struggling with anything out there, feel free to you don't have to write it in the comments. You can just message it to us. We're not going to blow up your spot or anything like that because after going through what I went through, mental health is a very serious thing. So you need to take care of you guys, take care of yourselves out there and all that. So get the help that you need. Yeah,
and I'll even say a little bit about my personal life because I've never really talked about it on here, but I also have struggled with mental health. I was really in a bad situation at work. I had a really horrible boss, and it really made me feel worthless. And when I would get home, I would kind of take it out on my family. I would have all these like voices saying, you're not good enough. They're better off without you. All that led up to what I talked about on the last episode about my heart palpitations.
Mm-hmm.
That led up to that where it was all the stress and just everything. Just like pushed me to a breaking point. And but I'm on medication now, and medication does help. Don't let anyone say, oh, you don't need medication. My wife pretty much forced me to get on medication. I was anti-medication, but it really does help. It helps you focus those thoughts, get them out of your head. So so just talk to someone. I know if you leave stuff inside, it will just eat away at you, and that's never a good thing. So talk to people. Like Phill and I were both here. I mean, we're people just like you. We're not like, I mean, we have like maybe 50 followers. Come on, we're not like celebrities or anything. So, reach out to us. I mean, we would love to talk to you if you have issues. Yeah, I mean, it's don't wait till it's too late, because a lot of people wait and just let the voices get the best of them. Don't do that. I'm always here. I would be glad to talk to you. But yeah, so I just afkdiscussions@gmail.com or any of our social medias. I mean, just hit us up. We can, again, I have we don't have to record it, but I can jump on like a live or not live, but jump on a chat, virtual chat, video call, something, and I would be glad to help out. I've got gosh, what is that app? Discord. Discord's a great place. Just make a Discord. It's anonymous. Don't have to have any information. I'd be glad to talk to someone if it'll help you. I mean, I have friends that I wish they would have talked, before it was too late. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think everyone knows at least someone or someone that knows someone. So yeah, it's very important to take care of yourselves out there for sure. And if you need help, you got to reach out. So
yeah. On the lighter note, so when I was, I'm getting way down, so I wanted to bring things back up. When I was in Miami, dude, all that weird stuff that went on in the Miami Mall, that was really close to the port.
Yeah.
So we were driving, and they're building this weird structure. I don't know what it is. It's like these 3 giant rings, and it looks, I mean, I'm like, are they like making a portal here or something? I mean, it's bizarre, dude. It really is. I wonder if I can pull it up. But yeah, I was like, it's right here in the mall, and it just, I don't know. I think that's a big coincidence, if nothing else, talking about portals and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that up because, that Miami Mall thing is still weird to me.
Yeah, just what a bizarre story that was. And just how things can get out of hand so quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, just bizarre. Very, very strange.
Yeah. But I just wanted to change the subject because I was getting a little emotional. So
oh, no worries.
I'm not gonna lie.
No worries, dude. The Lord has delivered us from all that, and it's good to talk about it because it's, hopefully it'll help somebody else out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I hope it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. For sure.
Yeah. I don't know where this mall is. I really want to show you guys if I can find it because it's really.
Oh, I have something
crazy.
to talk about.
Okay.
In between while you look that up.
Okay.
So, speaking of like Bigfoot and ghost stuff, so I the last video I did that just came out this Thursday, I think. Yes. Did it? Or the week? I don't know. I don't remember. Yes, it was this past Thursday. So it came out this past Thursday. And well, number one, you can you can really tell I was struggling with my mental health if you watch the video, because there's like a couple mistakes that are very uncharacteristic. Well, you might not like see them because I see them, but not the average person might not know. Yeah. But I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, how did I not see that? How did I not like fix that? That's number one. Number two, I went out to my buddy Rich, Banter with Richie B. Shout out to Richie. I went out to his property because he has a lot of like Bigfoot stuff out there, right? Mm-hmm. Tree knocks, strange noises. He's had what sounds like 2 feet running towards him, like a huge animal or something like that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of different stuff. So he invited me out there. God, it's probably like 3 months ago to go check out his property, do all the ghost stuff and just see what would happen. And we caught a lot of EVPs and ghost stuff. And we even got like a strange metal noise with a thud out really? There. Yeah. Which is weird because it's like I've heard that kind of stuff in the Huckabuck Swamp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very, very strange to get all that stuff in an area where it's supposed to be like Bigfoot, which kind of goes into what you're saying, where you think all that stuff is connected. Mm-hmm. It would seem to be that stuff is connected. So I think that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, to go to a place where it was a Bigfoot, you know, area, and to get like ghost stuff in a Bigfoot area, that's kind of strange. You
Yeah,
know
that
what I'm
is
saying?
weird.
Yeah. So
But I mean, like I said, there's definitely something more going on than we will ever know.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't find this structure. It may be the map may be too old because there's a lot of construction going on in this area that wasn't happening when I was there.
Oh, especially if it's brand new,
Yeah.
then you might not see it.
Sometimes they update the maps pretty quickly, but I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a strange structure being built. Anyways.
Yeah, that's strange. Yeah. So like through this whole thing, my interest in the paranormal is like so down right now. I don't know, you know, obviously it's probably because, you know, of what happened and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just been so weird. I've been like I haven't really consumed anything paranormal
Yeah.
or anything like that, you know. So yeah, it's been weird. It's definitely been weird and different for sure. I mean, when I was in the thick of it, I wasn't consuming much of anything. Like I couldn't even listen to a podcast without well, like listen to it. Like I could have it on, but like my mind was so bogged down, I couldn't really pay attention
Yeah,
to
you
it.
couldn't like
Or
focus, right?
oh no, not at all, not at all.
Yeah.
I'd listen for like 2 seconds and then be, you know, in my own head and all that stuff. So like I've been so far behind on everything. Like I tried to listen to the one when you and Laura were on together.
Hmm.
I listened to like 15 minutes of it, and I just couldn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, the only things I've been able to like listen to consistently. People are gonna laugh, but worship music and Charles Stanley is what's getting me through. You know who
That's
Charles
awesome, dude.
Stanley is?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Charles Stanley. Yeah.
God rest his soul,
Yeah.
because he passed away last year. But yeah,
Oh,
like
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh,
he did. Yeah, he was. Oh man, I forgot how old he was. He was like 80 something, 90 maybe. He was pretty
really?
old, pretty old.
Yeah.
But so for those out there looking for something to consume, charlesstanleyradio.com or something like that. It's like a 24-hour Charles Stanley, 24 hours a day. That's been huge for me. And then
That's cool.
if you have the Bible app, there's a bunch of like Christian meditation on there, and I've been
It's
doing
like
that.
the YouVersion app.
What was it?
YouVersion, is that app?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the one that everyone has,
Yeah.
the Holy Bible version. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like plans and like devotionals and stuff on there. But I found a couple that were like prayers for mental health and stuff like that on there. So I did a bunch.
Mhm.
I've been listening to those anytime I have high anxiety moments. I'll listen to that. Or there's one called Releasing Anxiety, where it's like a kind of a meditation, Christian meditation kind of thing, where, you know, they just do like a bunch of meditation stuff and with some Bible verses and stuff like that. And that's been a huge help for me. Huge help. As far as like specifically, but like that's pretty much what I've been listening to the last 3 weeks. Just because if I try to put up until like a week, this past week, if I try to put anything else on, then it would just, my mind would start, wandering into areas I didn't want to wander.
Yeah.
And so that was the only thing that was like keep me like focused and keep me sane and keep me geared and and yeah, and praying every day, man. I've been
Yeah.
praying like 30 minutes every single day minimum, like to start my day, just to kind of like get through it. But yeah, that's the only thing that's gotten me through this whole thing, dude. So
Yeah, I really need to pray more. That's something I
dude,
don't do.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not praying every day and reading God's word every single day, you gotta. If you're a Christian, that is obviously.
Yeah.
Because that's how you grow. That's how because God will like show you things when you read the word or you listen to devotional or listen to something like that. The Lord will always like speak something to you personally, that can apply to your life. And you're like, oh my God, I never thought about that. Or like, that's what's going on with me, or, whatever. The Lord will always enlighten you to something that, he wants you to see. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you're not going to see or hear those things unless you're doing that stuff,
Yeah.
and then that's part of it. And another part, I think, as far as a Christian is, you got to do more than just going to church every single week and sitting in that pew. You
Mhm.
have to serve. You have to serve some level. You have to do something, um, because that's what God calls us to do. He calls us to go forth and make disciples.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not a Sunday social club.
Yeah, right.
It's a everyday thing.
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
devotion.
Absolutely. And this podcast is part of that for us, and many other things. I know you do other stuff, and so it's important for sure, because that's what it's all about, man. Serving,
Definitely.
doing things for other people, doing things for the church, helping other people, fruits of the spirit,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Kindness, I don't remember every single one because I'm terrible like that, but yeah, we'll have to Google it. Fruits of the spirit, but yeah, all those things.
All the fruits.
All the fruits.
Except for the apple.
Strawberry.
No apples.
No.
But there is a thing I saw that it may not have been an apple. The apple is, universally signified as, the fruit in the garden. But it may not have been an apple. It may have been some fruit that we don't even have anymore, or a fruit that may never, only existed on that tree.
That's true. So for those wondering, fruits of the spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. Yeah, I mean, which are all great qualities to have about someone. If you met somebody that had all of those qualities, you'd be like, wow, there's something different about this person. You know what I mean? So that's how we're supposed to be. So that's what I've been trying to do. Just trying to be a better person, for not only for my sake, but, for everyone around me, really. You know what I mean? Not that I was a bad person, but you know what I'm saying? Just be a better person than I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, I don't see how you can be a better person, because you're a pretty awesome guy,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. No, man, it's just all about, trying. See, for me, my biggest problems were priorities. I mentioned this last week. Like, priorities before this all happened: exploring with Phill, number 1; God, number 2; Nicole, 3; family, 3; whatever you want to say, family, 3. Whereas it should be God, family, exploring with Phill.
Yeah.
And so, like, so that was a big thing that one of the things I realized. It's like, well, I need to reprioritize my life. You know what I mean? Because exploring with Phill is not gonna, it's very temporary, and it's very, it's great, but God and my family is much more important than those things. You know what I mean? Like, I could lose exploring with Phill tomorrow and I'd be fine. You know what I mean? If I lose my family, then, you know what I mean? Like, that's, that's different. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to remember that sometimes. And sometimes when you get excited and, you get into something and you're like, oh, and I'm a workaholic by nature. So, like, I'm a hard worker. So I throw myself into things and just kind of work really hard. And it's like, I need to, so that was one thing I really realized is I need to prioritize my life for sure.
Yeah.
And, many other things. And so I'm still trying to figure it all out. I'm still trying to figure out what the Lord wants me to do. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what the Lord wants me to do. I mean, I like to think that, this is something that I've been called to do, is, to be on here and talk, and, possibly, I may help somebody along the way. Maybe that's, if you help one person, then, that's worth it,
Yeah, absolutely.
And who knows, maybe that's the whole reason I felt like I was called to do this. Maybe there was somebody out there in the future that may need to hear me say Jesus loves you. That, could impact someone's life forever.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Or just hearing any sort of positive thing like that. You know what I mean? There's so much negativity in this world that, to hear something like that, that Jesus loves you, or, you're loved, or, any of those kind of things is just, super important, I think. So,
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So what a crazy few weeks it's been. I was right when I said it was the month of madness. I just didn't know it was going to cause me my own madness.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I know we say we're not going to get into it because I haven't watched everything because I've been on vacation, but let's see. President Trump was attempted assassination.
Yep.
Phil's mental health.
Yep.
And the fiasco at the Olympics. I mean, and my house falling to pieces while it's gone. I mean, that's a month of madness.
Yeah, month of and Biden, the whole Biden thing too as well, and all that stuff too.
Dropping out,
yeah, absolutely. It's been a crazy month. It has been an absolutely crazy month. So
Phill, from now on, you're not allowed to say this is going to be the month of madness.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm doing much better. Like I said, I'm starting to laugh again, which is great. So starting to get back to Phill again. So, which is always good. So yeah, I can't believe we've been talking for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
50.
Oh, 50. I thought you said 15 minutes. I was like, really? Only that long? It seems like we've been talking longer.
Yeah, right. I know, because at first I was like, I don't know, what are we going to talk about? You know what I mean? Yeah. But, here we are 15 minutes later and,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely an interesting episode back. You know what I mean? We'll see next week. What are you going to talk about next week? You going to do the Olympic thing?
I don't know. I'll wait and talk to you about the Olympics.
Okay.
Next week, I don't know. So I may have the lady that canceled 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I may try to get her back on because she messaged me and asked me whenever when I wanted to do it again. So
cool. No, that'd be cool. And what was she, an author or something?
No, she's actually a tattoo artist.
Oh, okay.
And she made this product called Prism, which is a shaving cream.
Oh, okay.
For tattoo artists or anyone with skin. That's their tagline. But I tried it on my head. They gave me some and I tried it on my head and it was amazing shaving cream. Like it was ridiculous how smooth it was. So I made like a little video on the Instagram page and then she shared it and said, thanks. And I said, hey, I have a platform, if you want to come on and, promote your product, I would like to have you on. And then I said, there's one caveat though. You have to have a ghost story. She's like, I got you covered. So
cool. No, that'll be cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. That'll be a good episode.
But yeah, it's I want, we always do seems like very similar things. So I thought, stretching it out, talking to someone different, like, I thought a tattoo artist would be cool to talk to because just not only the ghost story part, but also, about tattooing and just it's fascinating, like the artistic ability. And I have tons of questions I want to ask. So,
Yeah, I was, I have one tattoo, but I'm not like a crazy tattoo person. Like, I would probably get another one, but I don't know. But I did watch, Ink Master.
Yeah,
I've watched almost every single season of Ink Master. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting and cool, for sure. But the show definitely changed once they got rid of the main host. You can't get rid of the main host and continue that show.
Because I haven't seen it in like probably 2 or 3 years. Which main host left?
All of them.
I know all of them. All 3 left.
Pretty much. Dang. The only one that's left is like the singer guy. What's his name?
Oh, Dave Navarro.
Yes.
Dave Navarro.
So he's not even like last season I watched. I don't know if I'm up to date or not, but he was like on a TV. And like he would like come in and you definitely recorded all that stuff in one day and he would just pop in. And then the actual judges now are like people that used to be on the show in previous seasons and stuff like that. Now they're the judges and that kind of thing.
Because I know the one guy that always had the toothpick.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
He actually had a heart attack.
Yes, he did.
It was during
one of the seasons. Yeah, one of the seasons.
Yeah.
He had like open heart surgery. Then he was there doing the whatever, the final. Yeah.
But I think that's one. I think that
Peck.
may be one of the reasons he's
Gregory something Peck. I can't remember his first name.
Is it some? Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Nicole would know.
But yeah, so actually, when we were in Texas a few years ago, I was going to go to his shop and get a tattoo, but we didn't have enough time. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, because I think AFK discussions can be more than what it is now. There's so many topics that we could talk about that we're limiting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That maybe people would like to hear. Hey guys, if there's some topic that is not related to supernatural you'd like to hear us talk about, post something down here or wherever this is. I don't know if this is a thing. We're over here. Over. Is it over there? Over there?
No, the other direction. This way. This way, yeah.
Everything's backwards. Over here. Where that I can't do it.
People listening to this are like, what is he doing?
I'm pointing, guys. Go to YouTube.
I think if I'm looking at you, you point to your left.
Yeah. Yeah, yes. That way.
Yes.
That way.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Comment here. It's so weird to be backwards and trying to point.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I look like I'm Raven.
When you said Raven, I thought the wrestler
Raven. The Raven.
Quote the Raven nevermore.
Yeah. Raven as in, I'm a redneck trying to say raving.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
People from Tennessee understood that. I'm Raven.
Gotcha. Now I understand.
Let me turn my flashlight on and make more sense. There nice. You go.
Now you just need a Molly and you'll be all set.
Oh man. That's funny. I'm watching the YouTube right now and it's cracking me up.
Well, because it's like delayed a couple seconds, right?
Yeah. I just saw that flashlight flash on the screen. Oh, you guys are, I hope you're not scared away right now.
Yeah, right. If they're still listening now, God bless you. The two people that are watching this live. Laura and someone else.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, so man, it was a good show. I think this week, was crazy. Came home to the craziness, and guess what? Got to go to work tomorrow. Back to the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did a little work earlier, guys. I haven't announced it officially on AFK Discussion. I was on Laura's show, and I mentioned it. But I'm actually doing editing for Merkle Media now. So, cool. Yeah. Cool. So, if you ever listen to the show Hammerlane Legends, you guys should check it out. If you haven't listened to it, it's about truck driving, and it's Brian Merkle. You need to go in there and just give it a listen. But I've been doing editing the show, so it's it's been fun. I think cool. I'm on my 4th episode now.
Nice. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't screw something up and Tony kills me.
I don't think he'll kill you.
You don't know. Do you know Tony Merkle?
I know Tony. He's a lot of talk. He gets mad, but he's not gonna get physical. He'll yell at you, that's for sure.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, did you see when they hit with 100,000 subscribers?
Why do you do this to me? No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I didn't watch it either. So I was at work. You were probably at work also.
Mm-hmm.
Because he invited me. He was like, come out at lunch or something, we're going to be live until we hit 100,000 subscribers. And they hit it 8:00 in the morning or something like that. Ridiculous. But Jack threw this confetti in the air and Tony laughs and his mouth is barely open like this. He goes, and one of the confetti went right in his mouth and into his windpipe and he almost choked.
Jeepers.
Yeah, he's like, you almost killed me live on the air.
I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, but that cracked me up.
That's funny.
But I think it's still on his Instagram page. Go check it out because it's really funny. Yeah. Maybe let me pull it up. You guys I've got to show it to you guys because it is worth it, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see the confessionals. The confessionals. Maybe they took it down. No, here it is. Okay. Let me make sure this is the correct one.
As soon as you pop it up, I'll share it up.
Okay. I'm making sure this is the right one. Hopefully you will have sound because last time we didn't have sound. Remember when I tried to play something before?
No.
Okay.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if the people can hear it, but I can hear it.
Okay. So I have it up. How do I see? Where's my share button? Present.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Share screen. Okay. Don't show these tips again. Share my screen. Window. There we go. Share that. Can you? Okay. You got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Hold on. There we go.
All right, guys.
And I almost breathed in confetti and died. There it is, 100,000, 100,001, 100,002. Jack's throwing stuff at me.
Nice.
You almost killed me on live TV. Oh, I literally almost breathed that in. I hope that was caught well on camera. I literally almost choked to death because Jack's throwing this confetti at me.
Nice.
That's classic. Classic.
I love it.
Man. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, his mouth is barely open. That it just perfectly
astronomical.
I know. It's so funny. But anyways,
funny.
But congrats, Tony and the Confessionals, for 100,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Yeah, that means you'll get that little plaque and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get a plaque, like a silver plaque.
Oh, that's cool. I know you get that. I know you get that for like 1 million views as well.
Yeah, you get like a gold one, I think, when you hit 1 million.
Yeah, I think Exploring with Phill, I have to check, but I'm at least at 500,000, 600,000 or something like that, maybe.
Awesome.
Something like that. I don't know if I'll ever get to 1 million at this point, but for the people listening out there, check out my old videos, Exploring with Phill. They're all amazing. I've got a lot of videos out there, so please check them out.
Check them out. Check them out.
And I think that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think
I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Well,
are we done?
You. Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
All right. You heard it from the boss.
That's right.
Thank you for watching AFK Discussions. Jason will be back next week, probably with a guest.
I don't know. If not, I may be hollering at my girl Laura to come on here and help out. So, somebody will be here with me because, it doesn't go well when I'm by myself.
We will see you guys next week.
Peace.